What is up, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes? Happy Tuesday. I hope that you guys were able to have a fantastic weekend. I just got back from YCS Niagara Falls, and I'm going to show you guys the Tri-Brigade Spright deck that I was running this weekend. I'm going to show you my deck list and then some of the interactions that I realized the deck could do. If you want to see some more classic combos, please check out Rev's cards, where at the very end of his video he shows a sort of basic combo that you can do with Tri-Brigade. And at the very end of this video, after I show the 2 or so interactions that I've really enjoyed about this deck, I'm going to do one test hand to show you guys what board this deck can build based on just a generic hand. So let's hop right into this, and I hope that you guys enjoy this as much as I have enjoyed playing it. So to start off with the Tri-Brigade cards, we've got triple Fractal, triple Kit, double Karis, and double Nerval. Nerval is kind of a brick in the deck. You want it to stay in the deck. If Nerval is in the opening hand, that's fine, because you're going to be able to find a way to get to Karis, and it'll just be a discard for Karis at worst. But the fact that it is a level 1 wind kind of bricks the deck a little bit, but it still has its importance. Karis being a level 2 makes it more important than ever. Kit and Fractal both being fires are very important, but Kit has now become the best Tri-Brigade of the deck, and it is so important to the Spright combos that the deck can pull off. For the support cards for the Tri-Brigade, we run 2 Fire Formation P.U.N.K, because it is at 2 now, and 1 Tri-Brigade Revolt, probably one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best Tri-Brigade card, period. Fire Formation P.U.N.K, it just searches the Fractal so that you can get to your Kit and Karis, the important level 2s. The fact that it also puts a fire in the grave, very important. For the Sprites, we're running a pretty generic package. We have 3 Spright Blue, 3 Spright Jet, the red Carrot and Pixies, and then triple Starter with 1 Smasher. A lot of other Tri-Brigade Spright decks will only play 1 blue, but I really liked being able to just see blue as much as possible, because this deck still does the Spright combos, but it has the Tri-Brigade engine to help facilitate, to make the plays more diverse. And instead of Rescue Cat, I've chosen to play triple Nimble Beaver. On summon, it special summons another one of itself from deck or grave. It's a beast like Cat, but compared to Cat, Nimble Beaver is a level 2, so if Nimble Beaver gets hit with an Imperm or a Veiler or anything like that, you still have a level 2 on board. Even if it gets hit with like a Ghost Ogre or something, you're just going to special summon another level 2 so that you can bring out the rest of your Spright cards to bring your Tri-Brigade engine out. That's what's really cool about this deck, is that each part of the deck searches the other part of the deck. The Sprites can bring out the Tri-Brigades can bring out the Sprites, so it's really nice either way around. Now for the quick play spells that I used, not so much as necessarily just board breakers, but as interaction that could help me dodge effect negation. So first off, we have triple Enemy Controller. Enemy Controller is fantastic in the mirror matches, and I feel like Tri-Brigade Spright is specifically the best version of Spright to play Enemy Controller in, because it can trigger Nerval and Kit. We run triple Forbidden Droplet because it is a chainable Dark Ruler no more, so if your opponent flips up Anti-Spell, you're going to be able to chain Droplet in response. I also decided to main deck triple Super Polymerization, for the same reason that I chose Forbidden Droplet, is that it's chainable, it's a quick play, and nothing can respond to it, as opposed to Dark Ruler No More, where you can chain spells or traps to chain a monster effect to that. Super Polymerization and Forbidden Droplet do, in essence, the same exact things that Dark Ruler No More does, but they're chainable to anti-spell, so you can activate them in the draw phase, in the standby phase. And Super Polymerization brings out Garura, which is a super poly target that's a winged beast, so it benefits off the Tri-Brigade cards, and you're able to have another thing to summon off of Revolt. I also decided to run triple Circle of the Fire Kings. Now, this is why I was talking about how Fractal and Kit being fire are super important, because remember, Red and Carrot of the Spright cards in the main deck are also fire type, and we have a few fire type extra deck monsters that I'm going to be bringing up. As for the last cards, I run one Hopier Squadron because it's searchable off of Shurig, and triple Eradicator Epidemic Virus because you're going to just tribute Shurig to search Hopier Squadron. Hopier Squadron, you're then just going to use to quick play into something that you'll see in the extra deck. Okay, so for the super poly targets, I played double Garura. The fact that we've got a super poly target for Tri-Brigade now really helps answer some situations that Tri-Brigade has a really tough time working around. Garura can also be summoned back off of Revolt. See, what you're usually going to do is bring out Garura and Farajit off of Tri-Brigade Revolt or something along those lines. And Garura, you're always going to make it so that its draw 1 is the first thing you're going to resolve in the chain, so that you can have an extra card in hand for when you need to pitch something off of Farajit's draw and shuffle, or Bear Broom, add Revolt, and place something on the bottom of the deck. I love this card with the Tri-Brigade deck. We play one Herald of the Arclight. I play two Gigantic Spright and one Spright Elf. Gigantic Spright, being able to go into a second one to help push for game, has come up significantly more than needing a second Elf. And Elf is a fire type, so you can constantly bring back your one Elf from the grave with Circle of the Fire Kings. Red, Carrot, Kit, and Fractal will all be able to be destroyed off of Circle of the Fire Kings to bring back Spright Elf, and then Spright Elf can bring back the Carrot, the Red, the Kit that you just destroyed off of Circle of the Fire Kings. For the Tri-Brigade cards, of course, we run Farajit, we run Bear Broom, and we run double Shurig. We don't run Rugal because Spright Elf does the same thing that Rugal does, but better. And for the Link 3s to be able to go into something like Access Code Talker, of course we run Hresvelgr and Nightmare Unicorn. Hresvelgr can be summoned off of the Tri-Brigade monsters, so it's a little bit better, and the fact that Hresvelgr is a wind can help you get around Barrier Statue. Nightmare Unicorn is just a good Link 3. The targets for the Tri-Brigade cards that aren't Tri-Brigade monsters, you've got Ancient Warriors Oath, Double Dragon Lords, and as I said before, Hresvelgr. They're wins, so you can get around Barrier Statue. The fact that this is a quick effect Compulse, and then this is a quick effect DD Crow, is fantastic. I love these cards. I love these cards so much, and I love that they're in here. And then for the other cards, we've got Pit Knight Early and Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker is to go for game. Pit Knight Early is an extra negate and an extra body. So something cool that you can do, that's another interaction with Circle of the Fire Kings, is since this is a fire, you can destroy this to special something like Spright Elf, and then using Pit Knight Early's own effect, since it was destroyed by a card effect, such as Circle of the Fire Kings, is you can special summon this back with its own effect and have it point towards Spright Elf when you use Spright Elf's effect to special summon a Link, rank, or level 2 monster. Alright, and now I'm going to show you guys my side deck that I had for the day. My last two Smashers, I'm really worried about Mystic Mine. I hate Mystic Mine decks so much, and I hate Floodgates. And then for the other going first card that you're going to put, always activate during the standby phase, is Anti-Spell Fragrance. Anti-Spell Fragrance is a powerhouse. For the going second blowout cards, we've got triple Lightning Storm. Thank you, Paulo Gonçalves, for being able to swap bees for Portuguese for me. 2 Evenly Matched as just another big old board breaker. And then Change of Heart. I figured that Change of Heart was going to be a really nice card to have with the amount of Spright decks that I was going to see. I also ran triple DD Crow because it's searchable in the deck, and for going into time, I ran a Red Resonator. I was able to use it once. These are just really cool interactions that I want to show you guys that this deck is available to do. So the reason that I run triple Eradicator Epidemic Virus is for this reason. You'll have a board established. You're gonna, take care of it to free up at least 3 main deck spots, and you're going to have a red or a carrot on field. By now, it's probably going to be spent. You've used the monster effect, or you've used the spell trap negate. The time has come to interrupt your opponent with a Tri-Brigade Revolt. You will link for 4 into Tri-Brigade Shurig. You're always going to want to make sure that you have 2 Beast Warrior Wing Beasts in your banish zone. You want to make sure that you keep those, because you're going to activate Eradicator Epidemic Virus, tributing Shurig, declare spells. Now, Shurig's graveyard effect is going to activate, and since you have 2, remember, 2, you've got to always have at least 2. You're going to search a level 2 or lower. That level 2 is going to be Hop Your Squadron. And now you're going to use Hop Your Squadron to special summon to synchro with the red or the carrot that you have on field for a level 4. That level 4, of course, is Herald. Remember, this is something that you can do on your opponent's first turn. The only thing you need is Spright or Tri-Brigade combo with Eradicator Epidemic Virus. You run 3 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This isn't necessary, but this is the reason that I main deck 3 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. You've got this Omni Negate on field for spell, traps, monster effects that also banishes anything sent from deck or hand. You non-target banished, you negated their spell or trap or monster effect with red or carrot, whichever one you had on board. You have wiped out all of their spells or traps. You now know the rest of the cards in their hand. All you needed was that single Eradicator Epidemic Virus in your hand. Okay, let's talk about Circle of the Fire Kings. For your extra deck, you've got 3 targets for it. 3 really good targets. You've got Spright Elf, Bear Brum, and Pit Knight early. Spright Elf you can bring back off of Circle of the Fire Kings. You can even, if you activate Spright Elf and they've got Veiler, Imperm, something, you can just chain Circle of the Fire Kings to destroy, to dodge that negation, to bring back whatever you need. You can use it to trigger Bear Brum's effect. Pit Knight early, since Pit Knight early needs to specifically be destroyed by card effect or battle to just reborn itself that same turn that it's been destroyed, works for Circle of the Fire Kings, because Circle of the Fire Kings specifically destroys and then special summons. You've got your triple Fractal, your triple Kit. You've got the Red Resonator in the side, so if you somehow have to just dump Red Resonator to, pitch something off of a card effect, you can bring it back from the grave, or if you've used it at some point, you can just bring it back, and then, remember, Circle of the Fire King special summon, so that's going to trigger Red Resonator's life point gain effect, which is really, really nice. And Carrot and Red they're all fires. Like, you have all of these targets for Circle of the Fire Kings. This card is absolutely slept on, and I think that more Tri-Brigade Spright players should be playing this in their main. So I'll show you usually what I would do with this card, the sort of like interaction that I did most often at the tournament. Okay, so let's say, you've got red on field, Spright, and then Carrot and Grave or something like that. You can swap red or carrot, it doesn't really matter. You're going to use red Spright's effect. Your opponent activates a monster effect. You're going to use red Spright, sending Spright Elf as cost to negate and destroy, since you sent a rank or link 2 monster. Then you're going to activate Circle of the Fire Kings to destroy your used red or carrot. Special summon out Spright Elf. Spright Elf effect, quick effect, you're going to bring out the other one in your grave, because if you're doing your Spright combos right, you've got both in circulation already, and then boom, you've got the other negate. Another really good interaction that I would usually do was you'd normal something like Kit activate, you would banish for cost, they would try and negate Kit with something, whether it was a monster on board or a hand trap. You would just chain Circle of the Fire Kings to destroy Kit, to bring out something like Elf or Fractal or Red to have, a level 2 on board. Kit's effect would still go off to be able to special summon what you needed from the extra deck, and then if you bring back Fractal, you can just banish more to get more advantage. Spright Elf, you can special summon back that Kit, or just anything else that's in your grave. Circle of the Fire Kings is such a busted card. Please look into it, and remember, you heard it here first on Darth Nash 6's channel. Alright, so let's shuffle this deck up so that you guys can see what kind of board Tri-Brigade Spright is going to build. Also, if you like these Dragon Shield art sleeves, go to the Top Cut podcast. They have a Dragon Shield affiliate link, or even GGYGO. He also has a Dragon Shield affiliate link, so please check those two content creators out. You'll be able to find these sleeves on the Dragon Shield website. They're beautiful. They work really, really well. I love how they shuffle. I love how they slide, and I think that they're just really, really nice. And you can definitely tell that I regularly shopped at Hot Topic in between the years of 2007 and 2011. So let's just shuffle this a bit more and then draw our 5 cards. So we've got Tri-Brigade Nerval, Spright Carrot, Spright Blue, Forbidden Droplet, and Spright Starter. We've got this. This is going to be full combo. It's beautiful. Just you watch. Alright, so Spright Starter, we're going to activate and special summon Spright Jet. The reason we special summon Spright Jet is because we can either search Smashers for an interruption. I'm going to say no to that because we've got a droplet in hand for interruption already. What we're going to do is search for a second Spright Starter so that we can have follow-up for next turn. Taking 1,300 life points now, and we're locked into level, rank, and link 2s. Next up, we're going to special summon Spright Carrot and special summon Spright Blue. This way, we've got spell trap negation for Imperm, or whatever. Spright Blue effect is going to activate, and we are going to add Spright Red to hand. We're going to overlay Blue and Jet into Gigantic, and then we'll special summon Red right here, because we need these 2 link zones. We're going to use Gigantic's effect. Doesn't really matter what we send, but we're going to special summon Kit. We're going to link Kit and Gigantic into Elf, and then use Kit's effect. We will dump Nerval, add Karis to hand. We'll special summon Karis by pitching Nerval. We're going to use Spright Elf now to special summon back our Kit. Kit's effect, we're going to banish both of the Nervals to bring out Ferajit. Now, unfortunately, we found ourselves in a tricky position because usually we'd be able to go into double Dragon Lords, but that's okay. We're now going to link Ferajit and Kit together into Bearbrum. Ferajit's effect, we're going to draw. Honestly, I think we're going to put Spright Starter on the bottom of our deck and keep this Circle of the Fire Kings. This is insane. And then we're going to Karis and Bearbrum into Pit Knight. Bearbrum effect, we're going to search Revolt. And this is the difficult part because all 3 of these cards are amazing. Droplet is Disruption. But to be fair, Spright is going to... that Red is going to be doing the same thing, so will Pit Knight. Circle of the Fire Kings is also Disruption, and it can do a lot of stuff. Tri-Brigade Revolt can help us gain advantage. I think that I would place Droplets on the bottom of the deck, because both of these are fantastic interruptions, and will gain you so much advantage. So you'd place these down. You've got a spell trap negate, 2 monster negates. You can bring anything back. You've got a non-targeting banish that's going to be able to add 2 cards or so to hand. And you've got disruption if they try and negate any of these because they're all fire. Yes, this board is susceptible to super polymerization, but that's okay because remember, we've got that Revolt set and we've got the Circle of the Fire King set. We're going to be safe. We're going to be very, very safe with this. If you saw a better line of play that I could have done with this, please comment down below. I would love to know what's going on in your thought process. All right, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes, my loyal subscribers, I am so happy that I was able to show this to you. I unfortunately wasn't able to make it to day 2 with this deck, but I did incredibly well. By the end of the day, I hit X3. If I had practiced more with the deck, I am positive that I would have been able to make it to day 2. But with how well I was able to do this deck, after having around just a single day of practice, shows to me that if I had given this deck more time and attention, the time and attention that it deserved and needed, then I would have done amazing with it. This deck can pop off, and it has interactions and can build boards that a lot of decks have trouble dealing with. Just having a quick effect bounce, several versions of negation to have up on board, and easy OTK potential and interruptions and disruptions is really, really good in this deck. I personally think that the board breaker version is better, being able to run Droplets, Super Poly, Enemy Controller, Eradicator, Epidemic Virus. You can also run Dark Ruler No More in here if one of those quick plays doesn't really speak to you. You can swap out the 2 Garura for an IP and an Appaloosa, and then take out the Super Polys for 3 Dark Ruler No More. That is completely fine, but this is how I personally felt the deck was going to perform best. Obviously, I'm going to be doing way more testing with this deck. I'm going to be playing it as much as I can, because I truly feel that this is an incredibly competitive deck and a great way to build Spright. So please, if you have any questions or any commentary whatsoever, do not feel shy about commenting down below. I'd love to discuss your ideas on the deck down in the comment section, and I'd love to know what you think about it. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more content from me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers for this channel, and I would love to get there before the end of this calendar year. On this channel, you're going to see vlogs, and aside from this deck profile, of course, you're going to see a ton of dual terminal archetype content. I love dual terminal so much. I've got some stuff cooking up. You're going to see a Dragoonity Pendulum combo video coming out really, really soon. I'm looking at ways to build Naturia to be competitive. I'm also looking at ways to revamp an old favorite of this channel, X-Sabers. So please stay tuned, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you around.